Hi, I'm Aimee.
And I'm Craig, and we are currently in Australia.
Yes, but 2 years ago, we travelled around Southeast Asia.
It was a hot and sweaty time, but we kept a podcast journal of our thoughts and feelings, the run up to it, during, and the eventual finale of our trip there.
Yes.
And we thought it was lost to time, but we have found it, and we thought it would be a good time capsule to put up on our YouTube channel. So here it is, the latest of our old podcast.
Enjoy. And welcome to the Sunsoaked Couple podcast. I am your host, Aimee, joined by the lovely Craig.
I'm no longer a host, so you've got this, champ. You can do it. I believe in you.
No, you're a host too.
You didn't introduce me.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Welcome.
We've done it 5 times now. That is it.
Oh.
As you mentioned, I am Craig, but more importantly,
I am Aimee.
There you go. We are the Sunsoaked Couple.
Very sun-soaked.
Very
or sunburned.
Well, yeah, both. We'll move into that in a bit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. There's a Facebook now, have you heard?
There's a Facebook, a Twitter.
There's a website too.
Sunsoakedcouple.com. You'll find all the handles and whatnot here.
Get a handle
and
on
also
it.
Down here. This is reversed. I don't like this.
And people who are listening to the audio version have no idea what you're on about.
Yeah, there's just links somewhere.
There's links everywhere. Type in Sunsoaked Couple and it should be there. It's not the name Aimee wanted, but was the only one with good SEO for that one phrase, right?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Did I not want it?
You were just like, well, if we have to, if that's the only one, here we are.
I wanted something along the lines of like tanned, tough, and
rough. I remember you said, I want Aimee in full capital letters and then Craig in lowercase.
No, I didn't.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing good.
We're still in Bali at this moment in time.
How are you?
There we go.
How are you today, Craig?
Oh, I'm hot. I tell you. Thank you. Yes, we are still in Bali. It is hot, but I think we're coping just about. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been up to a few things this week, which we will touch upon. But we're going to be talking mostly about our travel forwards. Our travels forward. All the way around. So on Wednesday, we will be travelling to Bangkok. I would look to you to actually say where we were going.
Bangkok!
We're just in sync. I'm joking.
Ba.
So yes, we're going to Bangkok for a few days, right? A long
I think
weekend.
it's like 4 nights.
Yes. You decided that. Why just four nights in Bangkok?
Well, there were some people that I spoke to that said 4 nights was too many nights. So I think it was because it's not necessarily what I want from my time travelling. Although I want to go there and see it and whatnot, but also our third place where we move on to sounds a little bit more up my street.
So we're going there for 4 days. We're going to see some touristy bits.
Mm-hmm. Probably go to a bar or two. I've found a couple of hidden speakeasies and...
Speakeasies?
Yeah.
What is a speakeasy?
It's like an underground hidden...
A hidden gem?
Yeah, hidden gem.
But why is it called a speakeasy?
Oh, it stems from like the 40s or something, where it was like hidden and private and
gem-like.
I don't know. Maybe we should
research.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
The heat getting to you. That's one of the things that I have struggled with is the heat. And I was like, we're going to the next place. It'll be fine. When in reality, it's actually several degrees hotter.
Yeah, so
than
let's put it
here.
into perspective. So here, it's roughly about, it varies from about, 24 to 29 degrees
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Celsius.
Celsius. But the humidity makes it feel like it's anywhere from like 31 to like 33 Celsius.
Even when it rains, it is still hotter than being in England.
And then Bangkok is about 30. We looked it up, it was about 32 degrees.
But
Before humidity, with humidity, it's more like 39 degrees. To be fair, it is their dry season, so it is like the height of their hotness.
is it dry season?
It's their dry season. It's
Just
the wet
up the
season.
road.
That's
strange.
It's not really just up the road though. It's
more up the road
like
than
a 4-hour flight. So.
going back to England's.
Yes,
Not up the road.
that is true. So yeah, although it looks like it's going to be quite stormy for the first few days, according to the weather app. However, every time we look on the weather app for where we are here, it says that it's raining, even though it's not. It could be bright, glorious sunshine outside, but the weather app says drizzle.
Is that how it talks as well?
Yeah, that's how I read it.
Oh.
Drizzle.
So
Cloudy.
is there anything you're looking forward to in Bangkok?
It's a hard question because I don't think I've done enough research, to be honest. We should have done more research, but
I can tell you
I've
something.
looked
I
at
know
some TikToks.
My research is complete. The thing that I know you're excited about is massages, because you don't shut up about massages all of a sudden.
Yeah. I had a full body massage yesterday, and my mate Linda, she did a cracking job. Yeah. I came away feeling like I was walking on clouds.
Good old Linda.
Good old Linda.
So you're looking forward to the massages. I'm also looking forward to just the not the nightlife, but the culture and everything around that, because it seems like it's a bit more wild, unhinged. I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit more out there.
That defines us as a couple, really.
What, unhinged? Maybe unhinged.
Unhinged, we're not wild. We're not exactly party people.
Hey, you wanted to lay in bed last night instead of go out. Don't lie like you enjoyed.
Hey, we're going out tonight.
We are.
We're going to have some bevs.
We are going out tonight. Let's quote.
We might not.
So Bangkok, 5 days.
Yeah, I think I think architecture is something that I enjoy. I love looking at
buildings.
Like, quirky, different building. I mean, you walk down our street at home back in England, and you know it's not very exciting. But like here, everything is different. Everything has a different style to what we're used to seeing, and it's just nice to look at. It's nice to appreciate something very different to what we're used to.
In Bali, you can see basically an old temple that used to be a temple. Now someone's using it as their home. And then next door is just some poorly put together, like stone garage type building. You know,
Yeah.
So different from England where everything's boring brick.
Yeah.
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 Would you like to move on to after Bangkok?
Yeah. So after the 4 nights in Bangkok, we fly to Phuket, which is the south of Thailand.
Can you tell me now? Is that how you pronounce Phuket? Have you?
Phuket. I think it's Phuket.
Okay.
It's not Phuket. It's not Phuket.
Is there any other? No, there are no other ways you could pronounce it.
No, it is Phuket. At least that's what I believe it to be.
Okay. So why Phuket?
Phuket.
See where I am in this conversation already.
Why Phuket? Well,
Phuket. Is it Phuket now?
Phuket. Oh,
Sorry, Mum.
Phuket.
The second place in Thailand. Why there?
Phuket. It's Phuket. It's Phuket.
We have had you could just see a meltdown live on the podcast.
Yeah. So the reason why we're going to the second place, it's a seaside. I mean, Thailand is that sort of area is mostly seaside anyway. But I've heard some really great things about Phuket, and there's lots to see, lots to do. Still have the element of being relaxing and taking it slow, but also, you know, I can picture myself one day at the beach on a hammock, and then another day going out, exploring, seeing what's around, that type of stuff.
Yeah. There for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're going to go to maybe some of the little islands.
So what happens if you enjoy Bangkok over Phuket?
We'll just come back to Bangkok another time.
Because it isn't, you think they're both in Thailand, but it is quite a ways from point A to point B. It's not just a car journey, really.
No. It was like, I can't remember how long the flight is, but it's a couple of hours, but...
It's long.
Mm-hmm.
It's long, but so it's more of a seaside, natural sort of thing you're going for, which is the complete opposite. We've heard in Bangkok.
Yeah, I'm sure we can have a nice, relaxing time in Bangkok, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so we go to Phuket. Phuket.
It might be Phuket.
For a couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3 and a half weeks, which brings us near the end of March, where we will be going to
Cambodia.
There you go. I will ask you the same boring question I've asked. Why Cambodia?
It's next door to Thailand.
Hey, there you go. There you go. From the outside looking in, have you done your research? Why does it differ so much when compared to Thailand?
Oh, it's very different.
Please, describe one of the ways it's very different.
It just is.
Okay, there you go. Nothing more to say about Cambodia?
Yeah, I think we've kind of gone into this quite blind, as in we did some research into what was around the areas before we booked them, but what I really like is, like, you know, going on TikTok or whatever and seeing where people are going and what they're doing and sort of taking it a day at a time, which people might look at as being like, why haven't you planned this out? But
why haven't you planned this out?
Well, because, you know, some days we wake up and we're just like, nah, let's just do nothing today. Let's go to the pool. Let's just wander around here and go and get some food from Johnny Tacos. But, like...
We were going to do something the other day, however, it did storm.
Oh, it was a really bad storm.
Sometimes you can't even plan for those sorts of things. And it's not just a little bit of drizzle like in Homeland. It's just
a proper downpour, yeah. And yeah, so we're in Cambodia for 10 nights. I believe it's 10 nights. And then we fly to
Vietnam.
Woo! And we're there for 10 nights as well. We're in Cambodia we're in Siem Reap, and then when we go to Vietnam we're in Da Nang. Siem Reap is not coastal at all, but Da Nang in Vietnam is, so we are trying to change it up. I want to be near the water, being brought up by the seaside for most of my life.
Most of your life?
I mean...
You've lived in the same house for most of your life.
Well, for 26 years of my life, I lived by the beach.
And then the other two you weren't.
And then the other two I didn't.
And now, she moaned about not being by the beach the whole time.
Yeah.
Just want some water.
Just want some water.
but there is like I've found a lot of these places. If you're near a beach, you are not as close to probably something more like a rice field or some more natural waterfall. So it's
more
like
rural.
more rural. Yes. So it's like, do you take the coastal town and do the beach? For me, beaches, they're beaches. There are a few nice statues and stuff. Sorry. On the beaches in Bali, so it does mix it up a bit.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't get. Well, we'll have to put a photo up for anyone that's watching. But there's it's like God of Water or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's just there on the beachfront, like a big old statue, huge. You wouldn't get that just walking down the beach in England.
No.
Well, not on the beaches I've been to anyway. So, yeah, beaches are important to me. I like the water. I like the waves. I like the sounds of it all, which is... It's hard to enjoy where we are here because everywhere you go, people are asking you to sit in their chairs that you have to pay for or buy stuff from their stall that you're not interested in, and it's hard to relax at the beach here, but I'm hoping that it'll be different elsewhere. Maybe not, but
I like your method for when we've been rocking around, like the local stalls and stuff like that.
We touched on this last time.
I know, but you've got a new technique now, I've noticed, which you didn't mention last time. Is that when they offer you so you buy, and you're just like, very nice, and then you walk off. Like,
yes, looks great. Yeah, great.
Yeah, which is quite funny.
The thing is, there isn't anything I particularly want.
We because of our journey to get here, we sold most of our possessions and belongings that we don't need. We've packed the clothes that we believe we need.
Yeah.
So us buying a bit more will probably be quite minimum as well. So,
and I'd like to get one thing from each place.
Location?
Yeah, like a cool loose fitted dress, or like I've got a sarong and a scarf here for temples and things like this. So like I'm happy to pick up something in each of the places, but it can't be loads, and we're going to do all the shopping on the last day. So, like magnets and stuff like that. But also, we don't really have a lot of room in our bags.
Somehow I've taken more individual items that are heavier, technology based. Somehow you still have more weight in your bag than me. It's very strange.
It's all my hair product. I don't know if you can see it. My makeshift double buns.
You've got double buns, hon.
Double buns, hon. But, we've...
You want to get back on track? So we got Vietnam.
Yeah, and then after Vietnam, we go to the Philippines, where we meet my lovely friend Rachel, who's joining us.
Say lovely.
She's lovely. So we fly to Manila, which is like the main airport in the Philippines, and then we fly into El Nido. We're there for a little while, like 4 days. Then we're getting this coach bus. I think it's like 16 hours.
Coach bus.
I don't really know.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't listening enough. I didn't know there was a coach involved.
So my friend Rachel, hello Rach if you're listening, she is brilliant. She's planned most of it already, although we still need to book some things. But she did all the hard work for us, which was absolutely blimmin' brilliant.
She asked us, what research have you done? And Amy said, I've typed Philippines into TikTok.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. But yeah, so we've still yet to book a few, because there's so many different islands in the Philippines. We booked the first island, and then we need to book the rest. And then Rachel is going to be with us for a week, and then we will continue for another week, just us two. and then that will take us to the end of April, and
drum roll.
And then we don't know what we're doing after that, but we will be doing something.
So there are 2 reasons why
there's a few reasons why we...
Well, yeah. Well, no, I will scrap that. There isn't just 2 reasons. When you go into the Philippines... What are you doing right now, sorry?
I'm really sorry. My bites are so sore, and I've got 2 on my ankle, and I'm sat here itching them. So I thought I'd just put some cajeput oil on it. In the hope that it will...
True local. Yeah, it's itch relief, isn't it? It's quite oily.
Yeah, it is oily. We're not sure. We're not 100% sure if it works.
I think it might just numb the skin, and that's why it's getting less itchy. We found that bites at night time, no matter how much...
Oh, I smothered myself in repellent the last 2 nights, and both nights I've woken up with new
big
bites.
ones.
Huge ones. 1 right on my kneecap, 2 by my ankle. And this morning I woke up with another one on the same kneecap, literally right next door to the first one.
Hey, it's got a neighbour now.
It's got a neighbour.
Rewind sound effect.
That was a drum roll.
Yep, that was that's a rewind. When you go into the Philippines, you need proof, if you're not a local resident, that you have a ticket to get out of there.
Yes.
So before we get to Philippines, we need to have a ticket to get out of there. Otherwise, they'll be like, no, mate, sorry, can't come in here. So I believe, what is that, the end of April?
Yeah, so that's the end of April. I think that literally takes us up to the last day of April, doesn't it?
So we have the month of March to decide what we will be doing, how will we be doing it. Yeah. So it's not exactly like we're just going blindly into anything.
Oh, no. I mean, one of the things we're toying around with at the minute is potentially... Well, there's 2 things. If there's any areas that we visited that we'd like more time in, or somewhere that we feel like we may have missed out on, coming back and doing that, whether that's Bali, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, or going to Australia, where I can get a work and holiday visa and do some work whilst I'm out there. But Craig's too old for the work and holiday visa.
You don't have to keep saying it like that.
Well, you are too old for the work and holiday visa.
I feel so old when you say it like that.
We're only 3 years apart, but
But Craig is so old.
The cut-off point is 30. I'm 28, you're 31. I can get it for at least 2... And I think I could apply for my 3rd year. But you...
So, currently, the Australian government has have changed the legislation of the age of 30 to 35. Now it is up to the United Kingdom Parliament to discuss and authorise this, saying that they agree, and to extend the age to 35. Given our current government, I'm not sure when that will happen.
Come on, Rishi.
It could...
Might not even be him by the time this goes live.
So it could be next week. It could be next year. So who knows? Yeah. Or, plans change. We might do something completely different from those 2 options.
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong has been on our list. Tokyo has been on our list. And it really does depend on money. There's no other thing. If we go to Australia, then I can work for a bit and get some money, but I'll be working 1 job and trying to get an income for 2, which won't work. However, if we can make it work till the end of the year, till next year.
It's so vague because you don't know.
We don't know, and we won't know until... Well, anything can happen between now and May, so you never know.
It sounds good, though. Like, you get a job being a barmaid, then I just sit on the beach, get drinks from you being the barmaid. I sit there, do nothing. Sounds like a plan. See, this is another reason I don't think it's a good idea, because I just see you going insane.
I think I'd be all right, because I would actually want to do what I'm doing.
You got an end goal in mind.
Work for 5 months, 6 months, then in their summer. I mean, I was looking at the weather today I was looking at Melbourne, Sydney, I looked at Brisbane, I even looked at Perth, just to see what their weather's like in their winter. I mean, they still get highs of like 27 degrees, and their low is only like 11.
Too hot.
Like, it's not exactly winter. It's not British winter, is it? It's, so their summertime, we would then what I'd love to do is get a van, do the East Coast, start at Melbourne, go all the way up to, Queensland somewhere, and do that. But at the same time, if we end up just, hopping from place to place on a plane, then so be it. Whatever works out cheapest.
Right now, it's just an ideas board, really, and we'll have to cement it at some point. The problem is we need to see where we are and how we're doing before we get to that point, regardless. So who knows?
Yeah. By May, we might want to just go home and work for another year or two, get money, and come back out.
Which goes against the conversation we previously had, where she said, "I don't just want to go back home for a year or two and get money and then come back out." So
No. Obviously, I don't want to do that, but if needs must, you gotta do what you gotta do. And at the end of the day, if I want to work to travel, then so be it. I unfortunately do not have an endless money tree that I can pluck money from, and if ultimately at the minute all we want to do is travel. Okay, we might have to work for some of that, but,
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, as long as we know that the end goal is to go back travelling again, then that's fine.
But, as you could probably tell, this is a discussion we have not really had off-air with some finite outcome, so...
No, but also I don't think we don't need to have plans right now for that. Like I said, anything can happen between now and May.
It's gonna be
May.
Shall we have a quick talk about what we've been doing in the last week?
Yes.
You're just a walking sound effects machine.
So those that are watching, we'll plant some photos and some video clips on here, maybe if the Wi-Fi allows us, and also so that my dad can see more things, because he's moaning that there's not enough photos on these videos. So this week we got a scooter the first time.
Oh yeah.
We wore helmets. We were completely safe.
Do you want to know the first tip about having a scooter?
What?
Don't go on one of the busiest roads in Kuta.
Yeah.
On your first time out.
So.
Can I say my favourite highlight of being on that first day?
I'm gonna say.
Because
I'm assuming it's the same.
Okay.
So, Dad, if you're listening, cover your ears. So we got on the bike, helmets on. Craig was driving. Bearing in mind, I'd never been on the back of a bike before. Never been on a bike.
It's a scooter as well.
A scooter, not a pedal bike.
Putt.
And we just started off driving. We left the hotel. We were on this quiet road before hitting the main road. And we were on the quiet road, and within 1 minute, less than a minute, I had a full-blown panic attack. Because it's not something to laugh at, but it is funny. I have to laugh at it, otherwise I'd cry.
Your panic attack, you weren't laughing. I
was laughing and crying at the same time, because it was kind of fun, but kind of really scary. And I don't know if it was the fear of falling off the bike, or crashing, or I don't know, but we kept going.
The place we wanted to get to was about 40 minutes away, but we never got to that beach.
No, we went on this busy road, basically their motorway, but crazier, and
I had this voice in my ear telling me, "Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast.
Slow down.
Yeah,
Bend's coming up. Slow down on the bend."
And my favourite bit was, well, we need to turn right, and you said, well, we're going to need to speed up to go right.
No, I didn't say that. I said we're not going fast enough to cut in front and to go.
Yes.
Like it's like a little slit in the road basically for mopeds to go right. I don't think it's for cars. Yeah, and
but then so you said we're not going fast enough. To which I replied, you told me not to go fast, and then you just went, I know. And like, well, what is it you want me to do?
So in the end, we ended up taking a wrong turn anyway. So we headed in a different direction.
We didn't take a wrong turn. You didn't want to go right, so I went left instead.
No, at the roundabout, we were supposed to go right.
Oh, okay.
But we went left because it said, the sat-nav said, go straight. But what they didn't tell us
multiple exits
was that straight was third exit.
Yes.
So we took a wrong turn anyway. We did try to get back, and then in the end we were like, let's just go to
a mall because I needed.
No, we went
to a different beach.
We went to Legion.
Yep.
Legion, which was fine. Just looked like every other beach that we'd been to so
you
far.
took a video of it.
I took a video of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instagram versus reality. Why did you put your hand up there?
I don't know. Yeah. Instagram versus reality. To be fair, it was a nice beach, but then it was covered in rubbish.
That probably stops you from being the nicest beach, I would say.
If you look out to the sea from the sea line, like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Apart from all the rubbish in the sea also. So we went there, we got some food at mozzarella.
Something like that, yeah. It tastes like a taste of mozzarella.
Something to do with mozzarella.
Not everything had mozzarella.
They
gave us a menu, and then someone else was looking at pizzas, and then we had to ask specifically for a pizza menu.
Yeah.
Maybe they just thought we were so classy.
Yeah.
Those people aren't going to eat pizza.
But you had a pizza.
I had a pizza.
And I had pasta.
Because the only other thing in taste like mozzarella, the 2 pasta dishes for vegetarians.
Aglio olio and
Whatever
Napolitan.
Yes.
Napolitan. Isn't that like some sort of...
It's ice cream. Vanilla strawberry chocolate.
But isn't it a guy? Some like...
Neapolitan.
No, his last name was Napoleon. Napoleon.
Are you thinking about
I don't know.
The Napoleon Dynamite film or the guy from Politics?
I don't know. Anywho.
We went on the beach. After that, we went to the mall because my iPad case, which I think is around 5 years old,
is basically giving up.
It is giving up.
It'd been giving up for a while, actually.
But the heat has just made the rubber on it just go, oh no! And I actually got a cut where it's falling apart a little bit because of the rubber and the plastic. However, 5-year-old iPads, nowhere does a case for them now. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to live with this case for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Sadly.
We'll find one.
We will find one. What we both somehow got as well is our palms got so sunburnt from the moped.
Mine are actually okay now, but
mine are still a bit more.
It looked almost rash-like.
Red raw. You were holding onto my shoulders with your tight grip, so I guess that's why you got
burnt.
Yeah.
All down my arm.
And the reflection of the mirror, I believe, was why mine got so burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we got on the moped. We've had the moped, and just each time gets a bit better driving it.
Yeah.
I have been the primary driver with some passenger screeching in my ear most days. And then she makes a frowny face, but then yesterday came to the time where she wanted to have a go on it.
Hey. It was just around the hotel sort of car park area, which to be fair isn't very big. And I have...
What happened when you got on it?
Oh.
And you pushed the accelerator?
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Keeping you up?
Yeah. I almost hit the curb. I almost drove, like, here's the curb, here's me on the bike. I almost just went straight into it, but I managed to stop myself. But I think one of the problems I have is because you accelerate by twisting the handlebar, right? But then the brakes, front brake, back brake,
My favourite comedy duo.
yeah, are like in front of the handlebars. I would be accelerating and braking at the same time because I could not.
You was like, when I brake, I accelerate at the same time, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was funny. That was funny.
So yeah, but hey, I went a
looks.
couple of laps and then it started chucking it down and we got soaked. But one of my favourite things, we went to the GWK Cultural Park on Thursday?
Yeah, why not?
We'll say Thursday. And it was quite hilly towards the end of the drive, wasn't it? And Craig did really, really well. And he gets better every day.
Would you say as a passenger you get better every day?
I would say as a passenger, yeah.
Okay.
I think I do have to remind you every now and again, like, oh, the bend's coming up, slow down.
You were on your phone by the last time as a passenger.
I was on my phone taking pictures and videos and looking at the maps. I wasn't just like sat there like, but yeah, the GWK Cultural Park was pretty cool. I believe it's still not finished yet. But
big tall statue.
Yeah, it's like the 4th tallest statue in the world.
It's very big.
And I think we went up 88 meters high.
The view from the top floor was very, very just.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Here's a video.
You can't keep saying that because
there might not be one.
wait until it's your week to edit, mate. That's gonna be a fun to photo that video.
But I'm hoping that we'll have better internet in Thailand. But
that is what is stopping us. The ease of getting it from our phone in the cloud onto the computer. So
yeah,
but
yeah, so it was to do with
Ginzu.
Vishnu.
You sure?
Vishnu.
I thought it was a G, not a.
It was a W.
Was it Winzu?
Wisnu.
Wisnu. There you go.
But it's pronounced Vishnu. It's not Vishnu.
I didn't hear anyone say Vishnu.
Vishnu. I don't know what it's pronounced like, and I'm sorry that I don't know, but
we learnt a lot.
It was you go up in a lift, and then you go to the 9th floor, and you learn a little bit about the story of Vishnu,
the god,
and it's to do with eggs and dragons and stuff like that. Was that also the bit with all the tools and the timeline of everything?
Yeah,
so there was a timeline of when it started, and then they had to pause for a while for financial. I think they said the whole part from conception to like release was it about 30 years?
Yeah, and they
something like
still
that.
haven't finished it. They plan to have a water park there in the future.
Yeah,
because there was a financial crash in this country, which stopped the production of it. We so you go up in the lift, you get the spiritual reason, then you get the timeline of them building it, then you just go all the way up to the top, and you get the just breathtaking views.
23rd floor.
Yep,
which was 88 meters high.
But they also have glass floors, so you look like you're going to poo yourself just looking down there because it is so far down. It just goes dark after a while.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I have a fear of falling. I'm not sure if it's a genuine fear.
Well, you're quite clumsy, so you don't really want to be falling over.
Yeah, it's probably part of the reasons why I despise roller coasters. Yeah, I walked across it. You walked across it.
Yeah, you were you were like, okay, I'll do it. And then I did it, and then you were like, oh no, I haven't recorded it properly. You'll have to do it again. And I'm like, oh, you're very funny. You're a very funny woman. You know that.
I had recorded it properly. I just wanted him to do it again.
She's such a dick.
No, I didn't really. Yeah, it was great. And then we came back down. We stopped, got an ice cream, and then we headed to the amphitheatre for some Balinese dancing. It was really good. Like 5 women came out with these like headpieces and all this
traditional garb.
Yeah, with the flowy materials and stuff.
You're doing the action, but no one can see you like off in the camera.
And it was great. And they just had like a group of men either side playing different instruments. Some I'd never even like heard of before in my life. At first, I thought they were just playing randomly, but it all just seemed to work together. And then the women dancers went, and then out came a man, assuming it was a man, a person in a mask and like full,
like traditional warrior sort of costume.
Yeah, something like that, with like white gloves, but then like these like long plastic.
So this is actually one of.
So sorry.
Aimee is exhausted from talking this much because this is probably the most things she's done in a couple of days.
Had long plastic things. We're so not professional. Long plastic things that look like really long nails, basically. And he was just doing this. I'm sorry, audio listeners. Just put your hands out flat and just shake them.
Well, it was mostly the fingers as well.
Yeah. And then obviously the plastic things on the end moved. It was very, very creepy. Like, it actually made a child cry. And I mean proper scream.
To the point she had to go out of the amphitheatre.
Yeah, but it was interesting. It was really fun to see, and it was shaded as well, so it was nice to get out of the sun for a bit because it was quite hot. And then after that, we had a voucher to get 2 free drinks from the restaurant next door. It was just like lemon tea, I believe, which actually was quite nice. And then
we went home.
Yeah. Oh, we went into the museum.
Yeah, I like how you skipped the museum, but you went very specific about the free drinks.
There was also the museum as well, which was cool. But again, they wanted you to like dress up in traditional Balinese clothing and get your photos taken and things like this, which we didn't dress up, but we did have a couple of photos. It
didn't feel like a museum. It felt more like here is where you can have your photos taken.
It was more like props, wasn't it? It was like different setups that you could pose and... Which, to be fair, we did see some of the photos and they look pretty cool, but not for us.
Well, someone's hair wasn't feeling right that day.
Yeah, I was wearing a hat and I had hat hair, and then I didn't want to have my hat in the photos. That just looks weird, doesn't it? And yeah, I mean, all of that was 300,000 rupiah per person, which I think works out about £16, which I think is pretty great. And then we drove back to the hotel, didn't we, and chilled out for the rest of the day.
But that was probably...
That's the longest scoot we've done.
Longest scoot.
Scoot.
Yeah, and I think that's probably that's a podcast, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, have I spoken that long? I've done a lot of talking today.
I mean, you spoke so long, even you yawned.
Twice.
Next week we'll be in Bangkok, Thailand, as we said. So we will probably talk about our time there, but also perhaps a retrospective on Bali as a whole will probably be the majority of the episode.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that next week. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, it sounds like the best podcast ever. Stay tuned.
But don't hold us to it, because anything can change. I'm way too loosey-goosey. I've never been this, like... I like structure and plans.
You're just like, I want to do a podcast, but we have to do it once a week. Oh, God.
No, I'm saying that we'll still try and do once a week, but, you know, we could do a different topic. It might even be a vlog.
A vlog, you say?
A vlog. Which, by the way, if you go on to Sunsoaked Couple on Instagram, I am doing semi-daily little vlogs or random reels from our time here in Bali. And they are...
To show what's happening in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and they mean a lot to us, I think, because, you know, one day we'll look back on them and, you know, it'll be great to be like, oh, do you remember when we did that? And we can sit and watch like a whole day's worth of...
And we'll be like, nope, don't remember any of it. I'm old now. Leave me alone.
I mean, Instagram might be, you know, obsolete by then, but...
Well, yeah, so we've got the Instagram, we've got YouTube, we've got TikTok. We're trying to spread out videos on those platforms specifically. Yeah, we've also got the Facebook. We've got the Twitter. We've got the website as well.
Sunsoakedcouple.com.
Yep, you can email us at sunsoakedcouple@gmail.com. Subscribe to everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
Subscribe, follow,
and
those
get
bits.
your mates to do it as well.
Yeah. Even your enemies. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I hate you. Listen to this podcast.
And if you have a message that you'd like to send your enemy...
We will read it out here.
No, we won't.
We're talking about you, Ken. You've made some enemies in the world. Yeah, so until next time, I have been Craig.
And I will always be Amy.
Till that day you're not. See you next time. Bye! Do you want to do the intro?
Hi, I'm Amy.
Why?
And this is Craig.
We sat down and do this and you fidgeted more than you have done. Is it because you know you have to be still?
Yeah, okay. Hi. No, I don't like that.
You don't
Hello and welcome to the Sunsoaked Couple podcast. I am your host, Amy, and with me I have Craig.
That was good, except I interrupted you at the beginning with the hello, so... you need to do it
Oh, I don't know how I started that.
again. You just, hello!
Hello.
No, you need to give it a few seconds again.
Oh, okay. Hello. No, wait.